Alright, welcome back to Sex, Mood, and Stars. Today is really different type of show. It's really brand new. As you can see, Flyer Maya is not joining us today, but in her seat we have some new people. Well, we have a new person, and I wanted to introduce you first and foremost to a good friend of mine. His name is David Anderson, and he is a best-selling author, speaker, and business coach. David, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a best-selling author, speaker, and business coach.
Tell us about your books.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get to the books now.
Yes.
Common Sense Ain't Common. The Handbook. If you want to get in the radio, it's a great book. The Great Expectations of Atlas Riley, my first bestseller. That was an awesome book. My latest book is called Pitch, Close, Upsell, Repeat. 4 Steps to Sales Dominance. If you are in business, if you're an author, if you're a singer, if you're a poet, if you're selling waters on the corner, you have to know how to sell them and put together a sales process. So I created that, take all the guesswork out of it. And you can get all these books right now at ibranduniversity.com/store.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, David. Oh my God. And over here to my left, I have a dear friend of mine from Howard University and from New York City, Grace Salvant. She is a writer, a poet, and a wonderful performing artist. Grace, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hey everyone, again my name is Grace Salvant, and I am all those things that she said. I do write music, I write poetry, and perform both of those things, and it's just a passion of mine. Working on my first book as well. I won't give too many details about that, but it will be out before you know it.
Ooh, it's under wraps. I mean, speaking of books, guys, you guys know I wrote a book, and it's called The Go Girl Strategy Guide to Dating, and it has all things good when it comes to finding out descriptive analysis of each male of every sign. You guys can pick it up during the holiday season. It's on Amazon. It is on Barnes & Nobles. And again, it's the Go Girl Strategy Guide to Dating. But let's just jump right in. I haven't been on Sex, Moon, and Stars. I feel like we haven't filmed in forever. The winter season has definitely been like very busy. How you guys loving this new weather that we have during Christmas?
It's making me sick, actually. It's making me sick, like literally, because last week it was like 60 degrees, and this week it's like 20, and I'm cold, and I'm hot.
I'm very cold. Yeah, and they saying like on Christmas Day next week it's supposed to be like 70 degrees.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, so they're talking about like global warming, and I mean for
serious.
years we've always heard about global warming, but it's kind of like now that it's like here and it's proof. What do we do? How do
We need
stop?
Captain Planet.
Yes.
I was just
I know that you hate Dave. I know that you hate reality TV, but this is a point to this because as a journalist in media, I watch everything.
Right.
I mean, one of my favorite shows is Dateline. All my friends know this, and you know, I just love investigative series.
Right.
But another one is Love and Hip Hop. You know, and I'm sorry, like it's ghetto, it's bad. But I always think, okay, I think maybe because I'm at a level of certain consciousness that I can watch it on a certain kind of. I watch it to kind of relax, maybe to just see it from a different perspective. But sometimes you really do get interesting things and topics out of it. Like I thought when I wanted to create a show based on suicide prevention. You know, it brought up talks about that because somebody on there lost like a brother from suicide. So there's always different themes that you can find in anything, whether even in the most toxic places, there's something that can kind of flourish out of there. So in this instance, something's happening. Somebody named Yandy Smith, who also went to Howard University, and we actually share the same birthday, which is crazy. But she actually has been dating somebody named Mendices. I guess he's a rapper. I've never heard his music. So he actually just got sentenced recently to 8 years in prison.
Yes, he did.
And prior to, they got married last year. And you know, the whole world that watches the show got a chance to see her go down that journey. And we all had, you know, reservations. I think I had a reservation about it. I don't know how anybody else feels on here. And so now he's sentenced to 8 years in prison. So it's kind of like I'm just questioning, like, because more and more minorities are are going to prison, right? So many black women, Latino women, you know, they're home without their husbands and their men. So it's like, do you look down on women who choose to love men in prison or choose to marry men in prison, or do you feel as though it depends? Because even with Remy Ma, like, she just came home and Papoose, you know, married her in prison. You know, do you think that's a ridiculous thing for women to just sign off on, especially when they know men have like extensive time?
First of all, I don't look down on anybody, but I will say that there's a difference between falling into a trap and then deciding to design, set up, pull the trap, and trap yourself.
Yeah.
When you want a situation in your life where you want to have self-respect, you have to treat yourself with self-respect. When somebody is making choices that will impact you in that relationship, you need to move forward, because that's not a life. Nobody should be spending their golden years, and when I say golden, I don't mean old school golden, I mean like their prime time. Like, Yenny's about to hit her prime. Pining over some dude who just got out of jail, who's just going to go back into jail.
Right.
That's backwards.
Because you feel like she's not a young girl anymore. She's a woman of a season.
But she loves to settle, and when people love to settle, it's a problem.
See, the thing about it is, right? In DC, I don't know what he's going in there for. I don't.
It was drug trafficking.
From something that he had done before, correct? But it's just catching up with him now.
That's what it says.
And that's unfortunate, because everybody makes mistakes. You know what I mean? And I remember, it's so interesting that you brought this up, because I don't watch reality TV. Hell, I don't even really watch TV, to be honest. I have Hulu, Netflix, and so I watch selective shows, but my mind turns down. I watched a short video maybe 2 weeks ago that just popped up on my newsfeed on Facebook about how Mendices and Yandy met. Yandy was managing an artist, and the artist was like, can my, I guess, DJ or producer come out? And Yandy was like, all right. He's like, what's his name? He's like, oh, Mendices. He's like, Mendices? I thought he was going to be some big, tall African dude, right? And so then he shows up, and this, the story of how they fell in love, and the story, and just watching her with him, it's hard from the outside looking in to be like, oh, she should quit him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that is the father of her child. I am the first one to tell somebody in real life that if a man is acting crazy in the sense of like, having babies on you and cheating on you, that's it, quit him. But if a man is dedicated and just made a mistake, I can't honestly speak for that. And 8 years is a long time. You're not going to watch your kids grow up. 8 years is a long time, but we're talking about a sentence that when you have a little bit of money, eligibility for parole comes usually quicker than somebody who ain't got a little bit of money. Exactly.
So that's true.
So we're not talking about the average person. We're not talking about the average. We're talking about somebody who, made a mistake. I'm sure he doesn't do those things anymore, and is catching up with him later on in life.
I'm not particularly sure he doesn't do all those things.
I'm not. That's what I'm not exactly sure. But
there are also other backstories to their love. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is not what it always seems.
No, it's not.
And I think if it was, we wouldn't have to have. She wouldn't have rushed that wedding and had that big display on television. If this was true to what it is, if it's true love, I feel like it should have been done privately. I feel like she should remove herself from the public eye. I feel like now the world is going to be watching her these next 8 years, and she could do no wrong. And it's hard because I, for one, can tell you from somebody who knows someone who's in prison and sentenced to 20 years, somebody that I've known since I was 14 years old, that I have written numerous times and decided at one point just to stop, because that is not a journey that I even want to still continue to be a part of, because it wasn't my life, it wasn't my decision, and emotionally it tugs at you.
Right.
I think it's selfish it was selfish of him to still marry her, because he should have let her just live her life until he gets back, because 8 years, the world has changed so much in 1 year alone.
I know.
8 years is like, I'm sorry, like, life has to keep on going.
I don't think she's gonna. It'd be different if she. You're talking about in the sense of, because life is not always dudes. You know what I'm saying? I say that's what you're saying. So at the end of the day, she can still live her life. She can. At the same time, that's her partner.
She can't. You know, be like a single woman who hasn't had a man.
Hello, because I ain't had 12 years of struggle over here. I ain't had a man in how long? So it's a matter of. We're not just talking about your life revolving around some man. That's not. That's never been.
Here's where
it's not. It has not.
And I promise I'm not going to use a whole lot of harsh language.
Okay.
But here's where I call bullshit.
Okay.
Whenever there's somebody who's a drug dealer, a pedophile who pees on people, somebody who decides for whatever reason he is going to have multiple babies, mamas, because he's young money. What winds up happening is, all of a sudden, every black female, with very few exceptions, in my personal experience, turns into Johnny Cochran. Oh, well, you have to understand that there are all these extenuating circumstances, and then this happens, and then that happens. But let there be Lil Wayne, the bus driver, Lil Wayne, the mailman, Mendices, the hardworking guy at Home Depot. Oh, he get dropped like a bad habit. But when somebody, I'm just saying, and this is not an attack on you.
If you, even a woman, if you don't have the capacity to truly love somebody and be kind and be open and generous, with your timing and just different things, like, don't do it. Because to me, you were trying to be mine. You were trying to convince me that that you're worth my time, and I don't have a lot of it. You know, I teach, I'm a producer, and I'm trying to get to places. I'm an author, you know, and you're telling me that you deserve 5 minutes of my time on the phone, because you got to watch out for that, ladies especially. You know, the men who just call you just for phone conversation and nothing more. You know, like, and you might be feeling so high for that conversation, but tomorrow he's not gonna hit you up again. He's gonna only hit you up when he feels like talking. You know, and he wants somebody to listen to him and give him a warm response. You know what I mean? So don't get used by that. Don't get used for conversation. Don't get used for sex. And don't get used for, you know, anything else. Just really only give what you can, and only, you know, deal with people who give you the same mutual respect. It's about reciprocity. Exactly. Absolutely. That's what Lauryn Hill said in her song. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. You definitely need to keep tuning into Sex from the Stars, you know, as the year is coming to a close. I have so much more in store for you in the new year, and I just can't wait to show you and tell you guys. So please stay tuned and continue watching the Buzz Club. Sex from the Stars. Sex from the Stars.